Howdy, 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 howdy. Those aren't mine. These are mine. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Thursday, March 2nd, 2023, the year of the bum. It's good to be here. I will not be solo today. I know it looks pretty lonely. Got an empty chair right here. We have a special guest who will be named shortly and will be here shortly. And I'm very excited to chat with said person. Let you guys chat with said person. If you're watching on TikTok, if you're watching on YouTube, send in some questions. I'm not going to spoil who it is. We're going to have a big reveal shortly when they get here. Should be momentarily. But a lot to cover today. Again, we're coming off yesterday's show, which basically was just a celebration of the beauty, the grace, the majestic nature of March. It's the greatest month of the year. It's the greatest time of the year. The birds start chirping. What's up, Mads? How we doing? Good to see you. As you see, I just mentioned, empty chair here. They'll be coming. They're coming. They're here shortly. They are en route, cruising down at a safe pace, the highway, on their way here. Hello, everyone on TikTok. What's popping? How we doing? But yes, yesterday is a celebration of March, and the second day of March is no letdown. There's no sophomore slump. It's still just as good as yesterday was. That's the beauty of March. Each day, it's not like it starts and then it kind of fizzles out towards the end. It gets better and better. It starts off strong, and then it gets stronger, and all of a sudden, boom, April, and then you're in like coast mode. April through about July, I think you're a little bit of coast mode. But yeah, man, March it's fantastic. Everything about March is great. TikTok crew, how we doing? I know I don't really like I don't shun you guys at all, but I don't engage with you guys as much as I probably should. I hope you guys are doing well. You guys always know we got the rules and stuff back here. I know it's flipped for you guys. If you head over to YouTube, you can see that stuff a little bit better. And quite frankly, I like the YouTube people better. I do. And it's nothing against you guys. It's just like Mads. Mads here worked her way up to VP. She's VP of our show right now. That's a resume booster right there. You throw that on the resume and you're applying to go work at J.C. Penney, get some extra cash in your pocket. You hand over that resume, and they're like, huh, vice president of the bum? Hired. On the spot. They're not even going to look. They're not going to look at education. They're not going to look at the extracurriculars. Can you work Excel? Who cares? They don't. They see VP of the bum. Boom, you're there. Boom, you're there. But as always, if you're on TikTok, YouTube, you send in some questions. We'll respond live on air. All right, and just like that, our guest is here. I'm going to go get him. I just spoiled a little bit there. Let him know. Any guesses? Send some guesses in the chat. Don't leave. I have to go get them. And, yeah, just don't leave. I'll be right back. I promise. Just play some elevator music or something. I don't know. I give you a great introduction. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I gassed you up. We'll see. I told them to guess who it is. This is the grand reveal. Ladies and gentlemen, live and in studio. Oh, I need to grab my notebook. You can have a seat right there.
Okay. In the special chair.
Special chair. I was gonna say, have you been on the bum yet? I know you were on
I've
two.
been on the bum.
You were on Two Dudes.
I was on Two Dudes.
These are yours as well.
Oh wow.
I know, right?
We get the full pod.
We've
treatment.
upgraded. We've upgraded big time. You were on Two Dudes. You've been on Battleflix, but haven't been on the bum yet.
No, I've been on Battleflix. Did not have a very notable appearance on Battleflix, but
I was going to say,
had an appearance nonetheless.
Yeah, so I'm bearing the lead here, guys. Griffin Gonzalez is here. Everyone in the studio, please clap it up. Everyone back there, live studio audience. Good to have you, man. How have you been?
Not bad,
How's life?
Life is interesting. In between jobs right now, so that's always fun. It's an interesting life doing that. I haven't done that in a while, or actually ever, because it was my first job out of college, which I left. So it's interesting, man. I can't complain. Life's good. Makes you thankful for little things. You get a little more time with family that you usually don't get. Like if I want to go work out at noon, I get to go work out at noon.
Right.
Have you ever been to Planet Fitness in Carmel at noon?
Is it a ghost town or is it packed?
It's medium packed. It's like you can get on any equipment you want, but it's good people watching.
See, that's
What are your thoughts on gym shaming?
Nothing gives me more anxiety than a gym.
Fair.
And I'll work out at home. Like I'll do stuff. I can't do that. My biggest insecurity is just gym stuff. So I just stay away from it 100%.
It used to be mine. Planet Fitness is a judgment-free zone.
Oh yeah, they have that little bell thing or
the lunk alarm.
Oh my!
If you throw a weight too hard, you get the lunk alarm.
Hey man, you're doing too much.
But
that's a little obsessive.
Me and my roommates were talking about my old roommates, I should say, were talking about this the other day. How we have an issue gym shaming people because at the end of the day, they're the ones in the gym. Like I almost sent a Snapchat the other day. Like I'll admit to it, of this guy who was rocking the gym, jeans, flannel, tucked in, and just sitting on the elliptical bike going to town. And then he went and did bench press with the flannel on. This guy's 80. And I'm like, you know what? I want to make fun of him. But at the same time, you are at the gym, you're working hard. I can't make fun of you.
That dude's better than me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because at 80, you will not find me near a bike, let alone a gym.
What is the Wyatt Metzger bench press nowadays?
The bench press? I don't know, dude.
Was that a mandatory lift for tennis?
Nah, dude. We're all
were there mandatory lifts for tennis?
Oh, yeah, we lifted. It was a lot of lower body, core, and a lot of band work, flexibility, and even when it comes to conditioning, we kind of got lucky with tennis. It's all short spurts because a tennis point's 10 seconds maybe, and then you get a break. So then there's no point to go out there and run 2 miles. It's good for you as a person, but tennis-wise, it's not really helping that much because you have to be 100% for 7 to 10 seconds, and then you get a break. You get a 30-second break. So when we're conditioning, I wouldn't complain too much because we're just sprinting, rest, sprint, rest. I don't have to go out there and run a marathon.
Do you know what sport in high school probably prepares you the most for fitness outside of athletics, when you graduate high school?
Would it be... are you talking...
think of everyone you know from high school, right? All those former high school athletes, they follow the former high school, the former high school athlete trend where they athlete in high school, go to college, put on 30, beer belly, and now they're 23 trying to figure out how to get in shape outside of varsity sports.
What sport best equips you for that?
Yeah. It's cross country runners.
It's gotta be.
Have you ever seen a cross country runner from high school leave high school and stop running cross country and
they
get
just
fat?
Keep going.
No, they just run and they're like, yeah, it's what we do.
Something weird where they just once they start running, they never stop.
I'm taking this Patagonia off.
Go for it.
It
gets
1,000
hot.
degrees in here.
Yeah, it gets really hot. I was gonna. So if you take a look at that window back there.
Yeah.
The blinds fell off today, so I was trying to open it today and I didn't want to move it, but so it might be. It's just gonna get hot in here.
There's nothing worse than living without blinds.
Yeah, you can't. And then it's like living in the 16th century where it's just the sun's up, you're up.
Yep.
There's no denying that. So it is what it is. So Griffin,
hit me.
You are would you say you're unemployed right now?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
It's gotta be cool.
Yeah. No.
I basically am too. We're probably making the same amount of money.
No, I'm not. I shouldn't say unemployed. I'm working at IU, helping some
Are you down in Bloomington?
a couple days a week, just helping broadcast younger broadcasters, kind of do reels, produce some shows here and there. That's been fun. Good way for me to give back.
Give back.
Good guy, Griffin Gonzalez over here.
8 months later, right? Already giving back.
No, but yeah, man, We're looking to get back out there. We will someday, but it's going to be the right situation.
It's gonna be back in the your old professional journalism type role.
Yeah, right now I'm taking a break from it.
We can't nice sway you over to the dark side of.
You know what? Like it's nice not like it's weird. You like miss wearing a tie, but you also don't at all miss wearing a tie.
I'll never be a tie guy.
You're not a tie guy?
I will never be one. I'm not. If I can wear this to work every single day, I've done something right.
What are you drinking?
Okay, it looks like piss. I'm aware of that.
I don't think it looks like piss. It just kind of looks like
it's water with Mio energy.
Okay.
And this is darker than it normally is, so in the past it's looked like piss. This is just like dehydrated piss, but it's good. I like Mio energy. Gets the job done. I'm out of coffee right now. I'm in a coffee deficiency, so got to find alternatives.
I've been trying to drink more coffee. Like that's been like a goal of mine for a while.
That's the goal?
Yeah, it has. And I'm just not a coffee guy. I'm a big Coke Zero guy, but Coke Zero just probably has taken years off my life, so I've decided to switch to coffee.
But isn't that what the zero's for? It's supposed to help you, like, not
die?
But
the stuff they put in there to make it 0 calories is actually worse than the sugar itself they put in.
Really?
So I was switching to coffee. It was like, well, like you have to like start off on like a light coffee. So like I do like a white chocolate mocha. And I always order it like I always order it through the app because I never want to order that drink publicly. Just in case there's like, cute girl right behind me in line. Hey, can I get a white chocolate mocha?
Yeah, can I
get skip the whipped cream. Don't worry, don't need it. Also, can I get almond milk? That sounds good. Yeah,
dude, I'm saying I don't want my coffee to taste like coffee.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, no, I stand by that. I mean, if you are going to be a coffee guy, the best place to go. It's Java House. And you guess what? You go online, you use promo code GoodTime10. There's 10% off your next coffee addiction.
Are the people at Java House going to help me find my coffee addiction? Because that's my other problem with my coffee drink. My drink is like $9.
Oh, dude, this is what I'm saying.
I was like, I didn't realize I was replacing a meal here.
It gets expensive. So what you got to do is you got to buy a bulk of their K-Cups. And you don't even have to have
Java House does K-Cups?
Yeah, you don't even need a Keurig because you can pour it over ice, add water, you have iced coffee. And it's a concentrate, so it's not like grounds. It's just a concentrate of coffee. Pour it over ice, add water, boom, iced coffee. This is a plug. Go by Java House.
This was also not an intentional plug.
Yeah, there wasn't planned.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's the best coffee I've ever had. That's not even a joke. What's up, Jack? What's up, Dave? I can't even read that far. Again, the TikTok people know I kind of hate them. I have beef with them right now. They're really mad at. Have you seen? I'm getting some heat for. I claim that the cool parents in high school are weird,
terrible human beings.
Thank you.
They are,
and
I saw this on TikTok.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, Wyatt and Jen are exactly right.
Thank you. They've been on my ass the last week or so.
Dude, I didn't think those parents were cool when I was in high school.
I agree, and.
Like, I would get home and I would talk to my parents about how uncool those cool parents were.
Like, there's a distinction between the cool parents and, like, being a cool parent. Like, I think it sounds the exact same thing, but, like, the cool parents are weird. You can be a cool parent without being the cool parents.
I think what cool parents are what parents should be when their kids go to college. Like,
yes.
You know what I mean? Like, that's when your parent, like, that's when you reach the parent stage. It's like, when you get out of college, you're not going out 3-4 nights a week anymore, right? It's like it's a weird transition, but it's a transition. It's like parents, like the cool parents in high school want their kids to be in college so bad so they can relive that.
Yeah.
And so they can share that with their kids so they can like have that. And I get it. Like that's got to be a cool thing for a parent. Like, oh my God, I've raised this child for this long. Yeah. Now I can drink with them. Like that's got to be a cool thing. But at the same time, like in high school, with other kids that aren't your own, that's a little
weird. And it's so funny.
Or predatory too.
Extremely. Like that's the underlying issue too. Madison says y'all are making me consider buying some Java House coffee. Mads, you know what to do. Yeah, that's Mads is VP of the show. She's
what? I've been looking for like a coffee shop too to like do work. Like
Java House, the best, dude.
Which is actually just sitting in like listening to Spotify while responding to like various emails.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, Java House is the place to go. And they're also sponsoring our Battleflix tournament, which is coming up. We're filming our first episode of that tonight, so stay tuned for that.
Is Eli still rigging that for Brian? Or?
It's very much. He's trying to rig it against Brian, dude. At this point, it's a joke. Everyone's actually getting mad at Eli because they think there's some rigging accusations. He does a very professional job. There is no rigging. It's a very fair competition. I help write questions, so I can promise you there's no rigging. Because people get mad about that, dude.
I was
as
mad
they
about
should.
It.
We were mad about it.
I'm still mad about it.
I was gonna say we were mad about it, but I've hopped on the. I'm on the production side now of the show, where I'm just writing questions and fact checking Eli, and then editing 4-hour episodes, and it's a lot, man. These next couple of weeks is gonna be a lot for Battleflix, but I'm very excited. It's gonna be an interesting tournament. 8 teams, 1 winner, 1 grand prize. It's gonna be electric. I have a few questions for you, Griffin.
Can I ask about the book? What's the book?
So the thing with the book is that little green thing right there to the left.
Yeah,
that's my old book.
Okay.
And what I do, I'm like a checklist guy.
Looks like a Slytherin book.
Yeah. So what happens is I'll use 1 page a day, basically. I'm a checklist guy. I like checking stuff off, like actually writing stuff down. So I went and bought this one, and then every time I finish it, I'll just rip the page out. This one's already starting to break on me. Even got this a week ago, which is tough. I need to find a good.
You need to get a binded
notebook.
one because those are easy tear.
Yeah, because this one just breaks the binding right away. So, is what it is. But I need to start. We normally start off with bum of the days. You're my bum of the day today.
Thank you.
It's a positive thing. We can choose whatever slant we want to go. Sometimes it's negative. Today it's a positive thing. You're in studio. We appreciate in studio guests. Wait, Matt's asking, where is Job House actually located? They have locations all across Indy, but if you order online, they can ship anywhere. It's universal. It's a universal brand. Thanks to the internet. Shout out Steve Jobs. You're my bum of the day. And my first question for you. So IU basketball gets good after you leave. Mm-hmm. Thoughts? Or were you the problem?
I will sub in my problematic years with Indiana basketball when I was there. First of all, I didn't cover Indiana basketball till my senior year.
Okay.
Because I was emceeing for the women's team, which I was like basically just being their hype guy during
and
the
they
games.
got good too.
And they got good while I was there, might I add. And
not wrong.
So like I never had really time to do fully IU basketball coverage the way Indiana basketball needed to be covered. And the 1 year I covered them, they did make the tournament. Let me just preface that. They won one, which is more than 50% of the teams can say who were in the tournament. Yeah, it's still the tournament, bro.
Stop.
Still the tournament.
Stop. The bar has been moved so low for IU basketball.
I'm an IU fan minority when I say I will trade in 5 tournament years of Indiana basketball for 2 amazing history-setting years for Indiana football. Like, if you came up to me right now and said, Griffin, I can give you a guaranteed Indiana basketball Final Four. Actually, no, I think I would take an IU football Rose Bowl. Not even win.
Just like going to the Rose Bowl.
Going to the Rose Bowl. I would take Indiana football going to the Rose Bowl over a 6-banner. Really? I'm really in the minority with that. I just grew up going to like IU football games, and I love IU football because it is like IU football is such a good representation for life in the sense that sometimes
it's not fair.
Sometimes
suck most of the time.
You are going to suck all the time, but you're still going to come out and have another season, and you're still. And you know what? Those few wins make it worth it, right? And I just think, you know what? It's IU basketball. Like, there's so much pressure. There's so much media attention. There's so much like. And even the players, like, there's so much attention on them. And it's like with IU football, like, I don't think, like, you could see, like, 3 IU football players in a room and you would have no clue their names. Yeah. And I think, like, there's just something fun about that at Big Ten football.
Do you, across the board, are you football over basketball?
I've always, like, been football over basketball. I mean, I still love basketball with a burning passion, but I appreciate football because you have to have 11 guys all on the same page to actually be good at football. Like, and like you can have a great quarterback, but if your offensive line is JV, you're not going to do anything. So I've always appreciated that. And basketball, I feel like, you know, what would Indiana be without TJD, right? Like, what would Purdue be without Edey? Like, you can usually, I mean, you still have to have a team, but you can usually make things happen easier when you have a star player who can just do whatever he wants.
Yeah, one guy can dominate. a little bit more. Are you a Colts guy?
Hit and miss.
Okay, so
More
like-
Colts than any other team in the NFL, but I like the league as a
So
whole.
if you're gonna power rank like your allegiance to sports teams, it's IU football, IU basketball, Pacers, then Colts.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
that's fair.
Pacers finals or IU basketball Final Four.
IU basketball Final Four, without a question.
What's the ceiling this year? Are you guys gonna make it past like the round of 32?
I think their ceilings, whatever. I mean, like you saw the Purdue game.
Yeah.
What would you say the ceiling for that team is? Because
I
I'd say
think-
the ceiling for that team is a championship game. But
I've been on the record. I don't think either team's making the Sweet 16.
I
I don't. Think
here's
there's-
what I'll say about Indiana.
there's
I
not
don't
a
think
world.
Purdue is. I don't think Purdue. I think there's a chance, depending on where the bracket goes, Purdue
yeah, it's
could
all
make the Sweet
matchups.
16. But the other thing I think is with IU, I don't know there's a team in a college basketball with a higher ceiling and lower floor
Yes.
than Indiana. They are so complex in the sense of it's like a toxic relationship in the sense of here, we're going to give you a top 5 win on the road at Purdue, one no one thinks you can win, and then you're going to get smacked by 25 at home to Iowa, an average Iowa team at that. So it's like I can't watch IU basketball and think like, I don't know, this could, like sometimes when I watch them, like, man, this team could be a Final Four team, and then other times I watch them and say, man, this team shouldn't be in the tournament.
Yeah, when they're bad, they're bad.
And they're never in between. They're either the best team in America or not in the tournament. And there's
Yeah.
no in between.
That's why I think Purdue has a much higher floor. Like even when they're bad, like they're manageable, but their ceiling isn't like they don't have enough guys around Edie that are gonna like one or two. If they play well, if their guards play well, both teams actually. It's guard play, which I think IU has the edge there. But I know it sounds dumb because both teams are going to be top 3 seeds guaranteed. Probably both. Is IU going to get a 2?
I bet IU's going to be a 4.
A 4?
I think they'd have to win the Big Ten tournament to be a 2.
I think they could win the Big Ten tournament.
I don't.
You don't think so?
I bet they get smacked by like Northwestern. Like I'm calling it now. They're going to get smacked by like a team they're not supposed to. Oh, I could totally see them losing to Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Like, just being like,
see, that's the thing.
it's just going to be the what the F
thing.
thing that happens with IU this
They
year. They're
could
going to
also
drop one.
run the
and-
table and just win it real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
And that's
yeah.
the problem with Indiana basketball this year.
That's tough, man. But that's like a fun year where it's just like I have no idea what's gonna happen, and you guys have to fight more haters than anyone, which is why March is my favorite time of the year. I can just hate across the board with no consequences because I don't have a team. I don't have a college team, so I can just troll my Purdue fans, my IU fans, Notre Dame fans.
Butler fans once every 4 years.
Exactly when Brad Stevens comes back,
Ball State fans once every 10. When's
and whoever I want.
the last time Ball State made the tournament? Do we know anyone at Ball State? Do you know anyone at Ball State?
I know maybe not anymore. I mean, like my family went there. My parents, my older brother. I don't know when the last time they made the NCAA. They had a good football run, MAC run for a little bit. They like Nate Davis was their quarterback for a little bit, and he was just balling. They were like ranked top 25 at some point. Just like back in like middle school though. But yeah, March is. I've said it numerous times in this show. It's my favorite time of the year because I can't lose. Like I can't come out of March upset because my team lost because I don't have one, and because I put too much into a Vikings season where I come out the other end.
Are you
and
just like emotionally drained and like can't take it anymore?
I'm a shell of a human being. So come March, it's a nice little like every cheap shot that I got through 18 weeks of the NFL season, I
Half
can
of them
just
came from me after the playoffs.
fair enough. Dude, my DMs after that game.
You set yourself up.
I laid on this floor for... Oh, yeah. Like, that's the thing about being a fan. When we win, I'm going to be loud. And when we lose, I expect other people to be loud.
Yep.
That's just the give and take of being a fan, as you should. If I didn't want that, or I didn't expect that, I'd shut up when we win. But I'm not going to, because it's way more fun when you have something to lose. You have something on the line. But yeah, that was tough. But it does drain me. I feel like I played a full football season. So then come March, I'm like, I just want to sit back, enjoy. No emotional attachment, just troll mode. And just troll, which I'm very excited about. March is great. I'm interviewing some guys from IU later today. We're doing a college basketball preview for March and all that stuff. If you want to take it off, you can. It's kind of dusty.
Real power move.
Yeah.
Hold the mic.
It might be You can undo that duct tape, I think, if you want.
That's just too much commitment. I'm good here.
That's fair. We're doing a little college basketball preview, so that's a little preview for you guys. That'll be out on Monday. You're turning to Jenna, dude. Jenna messes with that mic more than anyone ever. And then I try to make adjustments for her, and then as soon as I do, that's why it's duct taped, and that's why they have mic stands. They used to just hold them. And then I got a mic stand. She's like, I don't like this mic stand. Complain, man. I always complain. All right, well, I'll get out of you. What the combine's happening right now down in Indy. Anything you're keeping an eye on as a maybe pseudo Colts fan? Are you looking quarterback? What do you think is going to come? What's the storylines out of these combine that you're looking for?
I think the storyline out of the combine is the fact that every year we try to make storylines out of the combine, and there aren't any storylines out of the combine. Like, it's a bunch of kids.
Yes.
Like, it's literally just watching a bunch of guys lift weights saying, you know what? I think he's a 1,000-yard-a-year rusher.
Yes.
Like, what? You just watch the guy bench press 18 times, and you're like, yep, that's our guy. I think, I just think, like, we get so excited for these combines, and it's like, oh my gosh, we're getting close to the draft, and like we have to overhype it because we're getting close to the draft, and we have to talk about it.
Something to hold on to.
But like, let's be honest, like Bryce Young could run a 6.5 40, and people are still going to draft him top 5.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to see like a football player here in a few years, like just decide, you know what, I'm going to do this for the content,
and just tank,
like be like Heisman winner, bum out at promo. Nice. Bum out at the combine.
So he's gonna ball out. He's gonna run a 3.8.
Yeah,
that's what bumming out is.
But like, it's just kind of like,
it's pointless.
I mean,
it really is.
The more important thing, and I've heard this, like the most important thing about combines that they do is the interview. And it's seeing like, and it's like asking the weird interview questions, like, would you rather be a duck or a turtle?
Yeah,
and it's like because they just want to see how you justify it.
I have a combine theory, which is what I want to do with the combine, is how you fix it. You do this week of just interviews right now. You do the combine after the draft, so you already know which player is on your team as a fan. I would watch this, be like, oh, my guy's running a 40 now. Let's see what he runs. Let's see how fast he is. Like, so you don't know, as a GM, coach, as a fan, you don't really know like how fast this guy is. You're kind of guessing a little bit more. It makes the draft way more unpredictable. And then, because then you're like, why would the players do the combine after they're already like signed a contract? They get signing bonuses based off how they perform at the combine.
I like that.
So if you're a top 10 running the 40 as like a running back, you get an extra signing bonus. That depends on your signing bonus.
I think what would be cool is like make the combine more realistic to real football scenarios. So like I want to know how a player's going to respond when his teammate gets popped, like a cheap shot.
Oh yeah.
So like put his brother or like his mom in pads and like have like Ray Lewis come out and pop him out of nowhere, and then be like, "How are you gonna respond, bro? Like, are you gonna try to fight?
You're gonna let him hit your mom like that?
Or you're not gonna try to fight him, or you're just gonna let your teammate get hit like that?" It's like, how are you gonna respond? Like, I think that's a big win-win scenario. The other thing is like, you know, I just think, you know, like maybe hurt him a little bit, like twist their ankle. You're gonna play hurt? Are you willing to do that? You willing to go all out for your team? Yeah. Like, how much do you love football? Like,
that's great.
Like, it's just like, oh, you got cut. All right, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go Antonio Brown, or are you gonna go hit the gym? Like, which one are you gonna be? Like, or even more fun combine. You remember like last year they had the guy who was like giving like shirts and stuff to the homeless guy in Indy, and it was like totally like, oh wow, this just conveniently somebody was filming this random football player
about it, and
he's like, oh, credit to this guy who was giving away stuff to the homeless, and like the guy got drafted like 5 spots higher. What I think they should do is give each combine player $10,000 and like
go spend. Yeah.
Hey, go have fun in Indy tonight. See what happens. Go to the club.
Great.
Go to the club. See what happens. What's he doing? Is he giving his $10,000 charity, or is he putting it on charity?
There we go. I like that idea. Yeah, see what they come up with there.
That would be a good combine.
What would you do with that $10,000, Indy? If you're like, you got to do.
I tell everyone the same thing that I would do with $10,000 if I had just $10,000 to spend in Indy. Mm-hmm. Colts or Pacers season tickets.
Yeah.
That has been the same answer since I was 10 years old.
What are you going to do with the other $9,500?
I don't know. Yeah. Go on vacation or
Figure
something.
It out.
Get out of Indy.
What up, everyone? TikTok chat. I still don't love you guys. You guys are mad at me.
Why is TikTok chat mad at you?
Huh?
Why is TikTok chat mad at you?
They're just mad at me because I think cool parents are weird. And they're all defending, and I'm telling them how to parent.
The other
their
people who
kids.
think cool parents aren't weird are kids in high school benefiting from cool parents.
Agreed. Yeah, wait till you're not. You covered Levis a little bit, right? When you're
Yep.
down there. Mm-hmm. What? Give me a bold take on Levis. Where do you think he ends up, and how do you think he's gonna fare at the NFL?
So I had the chance to. It was not just me. I hate when media people say it was like I talked to him like it was like a media scrum, like there were 30
Yeah.
people talking to him. I had the chance to hear from him after the Louisville Kentucky rivalry game, and the entire time he was talking, I was just like, "You're going to be the next Colts quarterback." Like it just makes too much sense.
Yeah.
Like this is who you're going to be. I was like, you are, like you just scream Jim Irsay to me. Like you just are poised. You're confident. You answer all the right questions the right way. Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
don't give
exactly what
away
I think
too
about
much.
Irsay. When I think of Irsay, I think poise, confidence is
Nor-
there for sure.
normal.
Normal, level-headed.
I like my thing with Levis though is like the dude threw for like 215 yards, over 215 yards 3 times in like 2 SEC seasons.
Is that it?
That's it. 3 times,
Oh my
215
gosh.
yards. And like SEC's hard, but like NFL's a hell of a lot harder. And 215 is not going to win you a lot of games in the NFL. Wins you some, but not all. And I don't think he's going to like I understand he has all the arm talent. I understand he's going to post these Instagram reels.
I was saying, have you seen that video? The video of him just throwing it super fast.
But how many times we do this
a
every
sick
year?
video.
Like Trey Lance had a similar video. Like, you know, I bet you could go. Paxton Lynch had a similar video. Drew Lock had a similar video. Like
Larry
we could-
Tunsil had
for-
a video
for
that-
every quarterback that had a really sick throwing video. There are about 5 quarterbacks who didn't, who are still in the NFL.
Josh Allen, I think he had a couple videos where he just threw the ball like 90 yards.
Yeah.
And like I would draft that guy, 100%. What was it? Oh, Anthony Richardson. Can you say something nice about him, about how he might go number 1? Because
I'd love him to go number 1, so
Dude.
then the Colts don't have to trade up.
I have a future on him to go number 1, 100-1. He's now 6-1.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I placed this bet in December.
See, the thing, I don't like quarterbacks that are going to be projects.
I agree.
Like, I don't like a quarterback that I'm going to draft and be like, hey, not now, but
and
2 years.
I'm not sitting here saying he's going to be good, bad, whatever. I just want him to go number 1 by any means necessary so I can make some money, because that would be awesome. And the best part about it is Jake Bratton, another co-host of this show, I told him about the bet. I said, hey, just sprinkle some change on this. It's a long shot, probably not going to happen. 100-1, take Anthony Richardson. He's like, no, dude, why would I do that? And then the odds moved to 90-1. I'm like, dude, hop on now. Like, the odds are moving up. The scouts are going. No, I'm not going to do that. Odds move 50-1, 40-1. I keep sending him tweets. I'm like, dude, hop on. It's now 6-1, so now it's too late for him to hop on and make
Yeah.
any money. So I'm like, dude.
I don't like betting unless I know it's going to be it's got to, like if I'm going to put $5, like it has to be above 10. Or else I'm not, like, why would
Yeah.
I bet it? It's not
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't win a lot of money.
That
But-
makes sense. But when you do,
When you do, oh, it's a beautiful day.
there-
Those 4-leg NBA parlays.
Oh.
I bet a 4-leg NBA parlay just straight money line last week. 3 of the 4 missed.
oh, tough.
My IU Purdue last week, I did a 4-legger to win, like, I bet $5 to win like 95. It was 80 points that hit, TJD assists that hit, 80 rebounds that hit, and my last one, Purdue minus 6.5. Always get you.
I didn't bet that game at all. I avoided it. Is there any, like, if you're covering something, is there any, like, hey, don't bet on this because, like, you're invested?
So, yes and no. It's a very blurred line. Like, I'm not going to get arrested. But it's almost like some people are like, it's insider trading. I'm like, no, it's not. No.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have we seen a backup quarterback carry like a team to a win? Like, it's, you know, just because the backup quarterback starting doesn't guarantee I'm going to win $300. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in if you want to bet on teams you cover, like, that's fine. But I'm also a firm believer in you shouldn't, like, if you get inside information that, you know, Will Levis isn't starting this week. Your first reaction shouldn't be, hold on, let me go bet that.
That's 100% my first reaction.
And then
I can't do that capital J journalism. That's my first reaction.
When you're doing that, which might I add, like the people who break that stuff are like 0.01% of journalists. Like it's got to be somebody who's like fully inept with the team. Like they know what they're doing. But like for general TV, like I don't know what like. Believe me, like if you think I'm using my information to like help, go look at my FanDuel account. You will see that it is not helping. Yeah. So, I don't have a huge issue with it. Ethically, I see the line. But I think like as long as you're not using your position and information to help you win money, I think it's fine.
What have you kind of learned the past like year actually working in the business? All right. What do you love about it that you didn't think you'd love, hate? What's like the takeaway as you get a little couple weeks, months to kind of take it in and reevaluate?
That's a good question.
Hey, thanks, man. That's what I do.
I think the big thing is, you know, and this is like kind of a grand idea, but
go grand on me. Go big.
Sometimes, like, even like though it's your dream job and what you want to do, it's still hard.
Oh yeah,
and it's still difficult to pursue, and it's difficult to, you know, put up with. And there's going to be a lot of nights where you're like, "Why am I doing this?" Even though it's your dream, lonely. Yeah. Like, I mean, you know, working weekends, but I think the difference is when you truly want something and it truly becomes your dream. Those questions don't last long because the question remains, because that's my dream. I don't want to do anything else. You know, it's because I don't want to think about even doing anything else. You know, even right now, like people are like, well, you're getting out of the business. You should look into PR. I don't want to look into PR. Like, you know what I mean? Like there are so many things out there that are just like, like there are a lot of things that would be easier than the job you and I picked, right? Like there are things that are more secure, more stable, financially. Like many of my friends have said, like, if you considered sales because you're good at talking, and I was like, yeah, it'd be great. I would make six figures and hate my life though. Yeah, like I would be happy.
I could quit, like go be like a tennis pro and like make a lot more money than I'm making now, but I would hate myself.
Yeah.
And I love tennis, like teaching on the side and coaching, all that stuff. But like doing that full time is not what I want to do. Like if I had to give up all this, no way.
Yeah. And it's just like, so that's what I go back to is it's like when it's a dream, when it's what you really want, it doesn't matter how much it hurts. It's still allowed to hurt, but there's a reasoning behind it. There's a why behind it. And as long as you have that why, it's worth putting up with. It's just, you know, you got to remember that.
What sucked about it? What's like a specific thing you're like, oh, I forgot I had, like, you wake up like, shit, I got to do this. Like mine is.
I mean, it's still like a desk job. Like you still, like I was still at my desk, like even like on days when I was like going to press conferences and covering practices and covering games, like I was still at my desk for like 2 to 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like absolute minimum 2 to 3 hours a day. Maximum, I'd be at my desk like 6 hours a day. So it's like you don't really think about like, wow, I'm still going to have to sit at a desk and like, even though I have no work to do, like have to be in the office because like if something happened, like that's the worst part about it. It's like, there were a lot of days like on a Saturday, like I know my work that I need to do for a show at 10:45 is going to take me 2.5 hours to edit, cut down, script, and put together.
Yeah.
But if, you know, a player gets arrested at 7:00 and I'm not there 2 hours and 45, like I'm going to be in trouble. So I still have to go for a full, 8 hours. And it's like, that was tough. I'd say working weekends is tough because you miss out on like a lot of like friends stuff. And it's a bummer because like with my job, it's like for, people who don't do what I do, like friends getting married, like they don't have to take like a day off. At max, they take like Friday off to travel or like half day on Friday. Like I had to take like 3 days PTO off to go to one wedding. And it was like, that was a bummer. But that's life.
And for those explain what your position was.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was a sports reporter. Obviously ESPN's the goal, but you got to start in local TV and work your way up. So
is ESPN really the goal now? With everything like new media, is that still?
You know what? The more I think about it, the more like
Not to like shoot down like your
Yeah.
dream or it, but like it's changed. Like the landscape's changed a lot.
I think the comfortability that ESPN provides is the goal. Let's put it that
Gotcha.
way. It's the being able to be in a studio. It's being able to have job security. It's being able to
Yeah.
cover sports on a national level rather than be locally. And there's nothing wrong with local. Like local's important, and there's a lot of value in local. And I think when you have wife, kids, family, like you're going to want to be in local because you have a life still. But when you go national, it's like you're traveling, you're all over the world, you're, all over the country, you're going to college basketball, you're going to college football, NFL, like every weekend. It's like that can get a little old, but I think that's also going away. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if ESPN even still holds that same security that it once did. Because I feel like for like literally 30, 40 years, there was no competition for them. Like they were, and they still are like number one, leading the pack, but there's some people behind who are kind of nipping at it and kind of poking holes in the system they created, which, again, props to ESPN for building what they have.
But dude, like, look at The Ringer. Like,
Yeah.
The Ringer has, like, in my opinion, the best podcast network.
I agree.
Period.
Ringer's
Like,
definitely up there. And then you see Barstool's goes crazy.
Yeah.
And they've expanded so much, and I think they're going to continue to expand like crazy and move to Chicago soon. So it's just interesting to see because I think, like, you and I grew up in the generation where it's like, if you want to work in sports, like, it's got to be ESPN. Like, it's ESPN or bust. Like, that's the goal. And now it feels like, okay, yeah, like, they're still number one leading the pack, but there's other ways there.
Well, I also remember, like, Sage Steele came to IU once, and she was just like, yeah, I get it. My job looks great. It's not. Like, I mean, it's a job. Like, any job is going to have that where it's like, you're going to have to deal with management. You're going to have to deal with, like, stupid company emails. You're going to have to deal with, like, HR policies that you don't really understand or you have to read 17 emails to get caught up on. Like, there's a lot of stuff you're going to have to deal with that. And that's at any level of any job. I think like the ESPN thing is just, there's something about that logo, that marketing, that what you're holding and what like the legacy that's there. But that being said, like Fox Sports would be sick.
Yeah.
I mean, NBC Sports is now getting in the college game. That'd be sick. Like, and, like, I think doing it, like, on TV has always been a goal of mine. I think going off TV would be difficult just so used to it. But that's always been what's been in the forefront. But I think dreams can change. And
because even like being on TV, that's changed. Like, the way people consume television. Like, I don't watch live cable TV. Haven't probably in 3 years. But I now have YouTube TV. Shout out YouTube TV, which I finally got switched to. I'm still learning how it works, but like people are shifting toward like that's through YouTube, which is basically a social media platform at its core.
I remember if it was within the past few years, I had a conversation with like somebody in TV, and they were like, I did a story and I created it custom for my Instagram. Like I switched the dimensions, like I made it so it was like clean for Instagram, and they're like, I just don't understand why you're doing that. I was like, what do you mean? They're like, you got to take it to your website so your ads get views. And he's like, you can't just put it on Instagram. I was like, is the goal to get the ad views or is the goal to get the story out? And I was like, there's your problem with like where we're at today with content and media. It's like the goal is to tell like as a journalist, like the goal is to get the information out. The goal is to tell the story, not get an ad view.
And also, you're getting both on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like the Instagram rolls out like Reels, like you make money off Reels. They run ads on their Reels page. Like you're not getting that same traffic through a website now. Like that's where I'm at a point where we have our website
5 second
up.
rule.
Huh?
I go back to the 5 second rule. If it takes me more than 5 seconds to go from a link to the video I want, like clicked on Twitter or on Instagram, I'm off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, this is taking too long. I'm gone.
So it's people's attention span, and that's the thing where like going to a website. I was talking with Dalton, who runs Cracked Rackets. It's like a tennis media platform. They're now like ESPN Plus, like covering tennis. Like they're huge. But he was like in the same spot as me. It's like we have our websites, but no one's like you can find all the stuff that's on our website that's everywhere. It's on our Twitter, or on Instagram, our YouTube channel. Like our YouTube channel is probably where you get everything from us. Is we post everything up there. There's really no point for them to go to the website.
Yeah.
There's no like you can send them there. The only reason we did is because we have blogs that go up there, which I could lessen how much we're paying for the website if it's just the blog. We don't have other functionality, just have our blog up there, which is an option. But it feels like when I first started this, literally like 4 years ago, it was like you have to have a website. Do this. It's like the need change, like where people want to go. No one's really like surfing the web. You're like you go. It used to be you're on a website, you click a link, and it takes you to like a TikTok or an Instagram. Now it's the opposite. Like you're scrolling through TikTok, you click a link, and it takes you out to a website. If that makes sense. It's kind of like inversed how you're getting places. So it's interesting because, like you said, like TV, the way people consume TV has changed. The way people consume any content, and people are learning that. Like you got to shift. Like I'll shoot stuff, even like this live show. I plan it so you can cut it up into different clips and put it out on TikTok, on Instagram, get people in the door that way. It's very interesting to see how stuff has changed. Yeah, because TikTok was our biggest one, but TikTok's in a weird place right now where it's very stagnant. It's not growing at the same rate that it has.
It's also weird. It's like I think it's like TikTok as entertainment. So then when like older people ask me like, how can you change, like how can you make like our news TikTok friendly? And I was like, I don't go to TikTok for news. Like the news I see on TikTok is like, you're not going to believe what happened with this Marvel movie this week. Like, and like, it's a guy just walking through like the Marvel premiere and it's like, and he said this, and I was like, it's not really news. Like, it's just kind of like just talking. Like, it's different. But like, it's not like standard news. Like we think of news.
That's the thing. That's like
if you go like to my TikTok page, like the stories I put up, like back when, like for games, like I'm like, this doesn't really fit on TikTok, but like I'll put it up there to
that's the thing,
say
like,
I did it.
It kind of needs to fit on, because that's where people are now.
Yeah.
Like that is the biggest social media app, and I think the same way like people, I get my like information, and people get their news from Twitter, and I'll learn stuff from TikTok.
The thing that works with Twitter though is it's almost like TikTok needs an algorithm, so it works like this is what's happening now in order. Where it's like, because that's what's so great about Twitter. That's why Twitter can't go anywhere. It's because like people get their news from Twitter. Why? Because it's as live. It's happening.
Yeah.
Whereas TikTok is like, oh, we're going to show you this TikTok in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Even though it was posted today, unless you're following them, and that's just a lot.
Yeah, and I think there's so much behind the scenes that people don't understand about TikTok, and like I've been on the app forever, and I still don't understand how a lot of that works. But yeah, it's become a skill to know how to use that app. Like now, if you go to any like marketing, even sales and anything, they're like knowing how to use TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. Like that is a like prized commodity. Like people want to learn how to do that. Companies need to learn how to do that, and they don't. They don't know how to do it. Like, and it's growing like crazy. Like YouTube Shorts is going to be huge here in a couple months.
It's putting like TV stations out of business, because it's like, why would I like? Yeah, TV might give me 10,000 viewers if I buy this ad for 2 months that is going to set me back, thousands of dollars, or I could just buy $30 worth of TikTok ads or Instagram ads and get seen by 10,000 people a day, guaranteed.
What I'm wondering, like what I'm thinking is where my brain works, is what's stopping you from someone who's not currently working for someone is taking all the skills you have as on-camera reporter and taking a tripod with a phone and going to the same spots you were going to go report, microphone, USB microphone, plug in, record on your phone, put up on TikTok. All of a sudden, you start getting clips and people come to your page like, oh, this dude's reporting on, you pick a sport, pick a team. Like, I was going to report on this team. You go do it, shoot on your phone. All of a sudden, you have access to millions of people that you could get through another network that you work for, sure. And they have obviously resources that could help. But sometimes that's the only resource you need. Just a phone and go record.
Truthfully, I think the reason, like, I've thought about doing it, and truthfully, the reason I don't think I have yet is, honestly, it's as sad as it is to say, like, a sense of pride. Like, it was almost like when I was working for a TV station, I was like, I have my camera, I have my microphone, I have my mic flag. It was like, I was doing it for accredited network. It was like, I don't know, like, why, like, I feel like whenever I've done it, I've been doing it for somebody. Like, I've been doing it for a network. I've been doing it for a station. I've been doing it for a organization. It's like I've never thought about, or I've thought about it, but I've never really contextualize what that would look like of doing it for me.
For me, yeah.
And it's like I've been part of like, you know, I was like played sports in high school like for 2 years, so I can't really say all of high school, but like a lot of what I've done has been like team oriented and like having team coverage, and like doing it solo is just something like I think I could do, but it's just like thinking like it's like you just, you know, it's like weird. It's like you think in your back of your head, it's like, okay, but then. And then the other thing is like, well, if I get a job in 2 months, then I abandon whatever that project was. And it's like, I don't know. So I have thought about it. I have thought about doing something. And like, even like this, like what is so tough is, and like a lot of people feel this, it's like, and I didn't appreciate it while I was doing it. When it's taken from you, it's like, and I'm sure you've experienced this too, like it is a part of who you are.
Oh,
like
100%.
Getting on camera. And I always tell people like this, probably it sounds super douchey, so forgive me, but like when that red light comes on, I just say it does not matter what I'm dealing with that day. Like it does not matter if I'm having a fight with my parents, if I'm fighting like my girlfriend, if I'm fighting my friends, if I just had the worst day ever work-wise. The second that red light comes on, nothing matters. Nothing matters. It is my voice. It is like my time. It is like my time to do my job. And when you have that taken from you, it's like, God, what do I do? Yeah. And for me, like lately, it's like, okay, I got to do something, because it's like, man, like, I was saying, because that's stir crazy.
Two things there. One is, I think what I love about what I can do is, no one can take this away from me.
Yeah.
Like even like great, like yes, we need to make money, like because now we have other people kind of working for us, support them, and that could go, but as long as I have a phone and access to internet, I can do what I want to do. Like I can go like that. I think that security is nice, knowing like there's no one above me right now who is telling me go do this. If you don't do this, you're done. Like you're out, which is nice. Also, there's a lot of risk and downside to that, so I don't want to glamorize that too much. But then, like you said, with sports too, like growing up, I wonder if me playing tennis, which is basically an individual sport growing up, is why I've always had in the back of my mind is like, I don't want to work for someone else.
Yeah.
But then I think like being college is a little more team oriented than high school was. That's why I like bringing on people and like collaborating in that sense in a very creative way. But that is interesting to think of like, oh, like you kind of want to be a part. It's easier to be a part of a team.
Yeah.
And like kind of know your role within that team.
There's a comfort zone. Like it's like, like we're all like, and I always say like, something that's so great that working in a team is like, it's like if the boss does something, it's like, oh, I hate my boss. It's like, oh, we're all mad at our boss right now. Like this is something we're all going through, and it's almost makes like the average Wednesday a little bit better because it's something like we're all like. And the other thing is like I think back to like the day Satterfield got fired. Like I was the only sports reporter in that day, and or he didn't get fired. Sorry, he quit and he went to Cincinnati. But like I was like, hey. Thank God my group text, like I didn't turn on Do Not Disturb the night before because the group text went off and it was like, Griffin, did you see the Satterfield news? And I was like, no. And like I knew it before my boss knew it, thank goodness. But that kind of stuff happens like completely threw off the day I had planned. But like that long story short is we all came together and like everyone came in and like we all figured it out. Would I have been fine on my own? Probably. But like it was nice to just have that extra support.
And it shields you a little bit, I bet. Because like when I like fuck up and say something stupid, like that's on me, and then I'll receive that backlash. I would like. Do you like? Are there any like hate comments as a reporter? Like, what's the equivalent?
Syracuse football fans hate me. I was the most hated person in.
But like, what does that look like? Is it like DMs? Are you getting DMs, comments on a video? Like, what's that?
I get like a bunch of replies to my tweets saying like I'm an effing idiot. Like I'm a joke of a reporter. Like.
See, I like
one guy said like use this as a great learning experience. It's like,
like they try to take some like high ground.
It was one of those things like it's like usually I can admit when I was wrong. This one I was 100% accurate on, and like I had like Syracuse's like people high up at Syracuse like coming at me, and I was like, it was your football player that said this. I'm not making this up. Like this, and they said you blew it out of proportion. I was like, no, I didn't. Like. It's just kind of like, so people coming at me for that. A lot of things is like, I've tried to remind myself is like, I've turned off, when I graduated college, I turned off notifications for anyone that I don't follow or doesn't follow me.
Interesting.
Because I'm like, chances are if I don't follow you and you don't follow me, I don't care enough about your opinion to read it. and it's not going to help me. Like, I'm just going to like sit on it, and I'm going to be like, what if he's right? I'm like, no, he's not right. You're a reporter.
Yeah.
Like, I get paid to do this. Joe Blow on his couch does not. And I think like, I always think about like, it just, people say like fans get worked up because their teams suck, and then they come after us because they
need an outlet.
They need an outlet, and
Yeah.
we're vocal about their team, so they feel like they can come after us.
I wish I got more hate on Twitter. I don't have a big Twitter presence because Twitter, like, that's public, and then you can just make a joke out of it. When you get hate on Instagram and I have a funny reply to like an Instagram DM I get, no one sees it but me, and I can just laugh at it myself.
I like making fun of people. Like I like TikTok. And they're like, oh, there was something about like I said you should have hedged, and somebody's like, how would you hedge this bet? I was like, you just got to hedge it, bro. Just got to hedge. And he's like, you literally he got so mad. He's like, you so literally cannot hedge. I was like, you just got to do it, bro.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I know this guy's on the other end of the phone. Like, why doesn't he understand? I'm like, why are you getting so worked up about this?
Yeah. Dude, I got my first Facebook hate comment, which I didn't even know that was a thing.
I thought that was just like a thing for like politics.
Yeah. Somehow they DM'd me on like Facebook Messenger and was like, dude, you are so cringy, basically off yourself. It was 2 sentences.
People still sending those?
Yeah,
it feels very 2008.
Dude. We got one.
Cool anymore.
We got one yesterday. It was like, your podcast sucks. Go suck a. Yeah. We got that one, which was like, it's kind of homophobic, dude. Grow up.
It's 2023.
Yeah, it's 2023. But yeah, I got that one on Facebook, and I got it, so I got the notification. I didn't realize I got Facebook notifications because I just don't go on Facebook. Fair. Basically, all my stuff just like auto post there. Then I got the notification, replied immediately. I was like, hey man, you make some great points. Thanks. I said, thanks, have a great Saturday. And then he blocked me. I was like, dude, at least like have a conversation. Let's talk. But I've realized something bad about myself. I don't know if it's poor, but I have become addicted to, like, I almost like am egging on for more hate comments.
I think
I love it.
Yeah,
it's bad, but I love it.
My thing is like that. I've tried that response a few times, and it's like the people are so shocked, like that's how you respond. Mm-hmm. Like they're like, and like they'll be like, I forgot which one it was. When I was managing the Hoosier Network, somebody responded to one of our like. Kid was a sophomore, like working his tail off.
Yeah.
And they responded to his like video. Now that we have a top 15 football team, we need some top 15 reporting. And I was just kind of like,
dude,
I was like, kid. I literally responded, thank you for your critique. Unfortunately, like, and I like said something snappy back. I was like, we think he is a top 15 journalist. Have a great day. And like, it's just like, I never understood it with college because I was like, why are you going after kids who are like literally just out here
trying stuff,
like trying this out to try to like get
like
real world
like
experience?
With us, like we're kind of like not asking for it, but like we're kind of fair game. Like now that like we're doing this, like a fair game. Like if you want to disagree, hate, whatever, do it. I don't
like you're not gonna hurt. I'm not gonna lose sleep over the opinion of.
I'll lose
Cardinals
sleep.
Fans,
I'll lose
76.
sleep because I'm gonna have fun scrolling through them. So like I'll lose sleep in a good way. Where like at night I'll just scroll through and laugh. That's some of like the one Matt's just brought up, like getting a lot of hate for the Cool Parents clip. They're all like claiming I'm like a huge loser who didn't go to parties in high school. It's just so funny, and I keep replying with the Hot Rod quote. Dude, my name's Rod. I like to party. Have you seen that clip?
I've not seen that clip.
Have you seen Hot Rod?
I've not seen Hot Rod.
Dude, that was one great.
I'll add it to the list.
Great, add it to the list.
Great. I fell asleep watching Banshees of Inisherin last night.
Oh, dude, it's such a good movie. It's so good. Stop. Don't even try.
I'm not saying it was bad. I enjoyed it until I fell asleep to it. It's just something about Irish men talking puts me to sleep.
No, that makes sense. There's one hate comment I haven't figured out a good response to yet, and I've been workshopping a few. It comes off every single time we post a clip from the bum ever. We'll have someone comment in quotes, "Let's start a podcast, bro." You know, like that. Like, oh, dude, let's start a podcast. Which is like maybe the first 2 times.
I appreciate the commitment to the bit, though.
Yeah, but it's every single time someone will comment that. Where it's like, dude, no one's stopping you. If you want to do it, go for it. Do it. So I haven't thought of a good response to it yet. I always invite them on the show when I do it. That's my go-to. I'm like, hey, come on the show. And I want someone to actually come on the show. Like, I would love to just debate someone, like, on a Zoom call, hop on, and be like, all right, what don't you like? Go.
You should just start sending them like the Amazon like list for what you need to start a podcast.
Yeah.
Like just all the equipment and just start
Yeah.
responding with the link to the Amazon list of this is what you got to do.
Like, oh, dude, love seeing young people getting involved in the world.
Yep.
Like, here's how I can help. And I'd reach out, like, shoot him a DM. That might be the way to go. I like that. Oh, wow, we're already at 6 o'clock here. We can, we'll wrap up here. Let's see if I have anything else. You got anything for me? Anything, how's the doctor's appointment?
It was good.
You good? You alive? Healthy?
Alive, healthy.
I haven't been to the doctor's in 2
Mine
years?
retired when I was in college. So this was like, hey, I need to probably
This
see
is
a
a
doctor
new one?
again. Yeah, the new one.
Oh, that's got to be a weird, like, hey.
It's like always like, hey, like it's like always awkward like going to a doctor for the first time because it's always
Yeah.
like, you know, I've seen it's like going on like a first date with somebody like their dating history.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
That's a good point.
it's like
It's like, you know too
I
much
know
about
I know
me.
you do this for a living, but it's just,
Yeah, but it's also, like, not mutual. Like, they have the upper
it's like,
hand.
hey, let me walk you through. Like, you have 15 minutes with me. Let me walk you through my entire medical history, and
Yeah.
then we'll catch up. And it's like,
It's like going on a first date where they see your dating profile and you don't know theirs.
yeah,
Yeah. Interesting. But everything's, you alive, man?
yeah, not
Good.
bad.
Love to hear
Still
that.
ticking.
All right, we're gonna wrap up. We do bright side. We still do that. I don't know if you remember that. Basically something. Actually, since you're a live in studio guest, you get to add a rule or something to ban. So, if you have any questions on what's already a rule, what's already banned, big rules: be better every day. No double plaid, which
fair.
hasn't been an issue yet. You can only say "Das what's up" twice a show, which I've kind of. Props to me. I've kind of cut out that habit. I used to say it a lot,
what's
and I
up.
don't really say it. We have to support Emilio Estevez movies.
Fantastic
That was a fan submitted rule.
Is that so? Is Emilio Charlie's dad or older brother? Because the dad is an excellent actor. But I thought the dad.
like Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's.
No,
Fire.
I don't think that's the dad.
A brother.
I think it's his older
I don't
brother.
know that family that well. They confused me when they like,
Martin
changed
Sheen
names.
was the president of the West Wing. That's what made him really good.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I don't know what the family's like. I can't say numbies when Jenna's here. She doesn't like that. Like how I have a TikTok that's putting up numbies. I can't say that. I have to say numbers, which is
Fair.
lame. And you have to love the wise guys. So that's my followers, my wise guys, with mind, body, and spirit. It's a holistic love. But is there any rules or anything you'd like to ban? We banned Louis C.K. yesterday because he was shit on Indianapolis.
Why was he shitting on Indiana?
He said it was like the worst city he's ever been to. I was like, dude, what are you talking about?
People who think Indianapolis is the worst city ever have not spent enough time in Indianapolis.
He said Akron was better. And I was like, you've never been here. I don't
Like,
think
you
he's
have-
actually been here. Like, it's not, I mean, like, I'm not saying Indy's a top 10 city in the world, but Akron?
I think that dude like went to like Meridian Kessler and said, "Oh, this
Yeah.
is Indianapolis."
Well, he explained, like, he went to one club and didn't like it, and then went to a hotel. And
yeah, you don't.
I was
go,
like, dude,
Indy's not a
you work
clubbing
here.
city. You don't
Yeah.
go clubbing in Indy.
That's not, yeah. So he did
It's
Indy
like,
wrong.
you just don't do that. I would like to ban me guys.
M-E,
Me guys.
what does that mean?
A me guy is a
Unpack that.
person who's about me,
Okay.
about only me.
I dropped the marker back here the other day. Oh, there it is.
Big.
Okay,
big,
no me guys. So just
No,
leave
no.
the ego at the door.
Yeah, no me guys.
Okay,
Only we guys.
Only we guys. So the ban list is full. We have to unban something. Is there anything that sticks out to you that we should unban?
Army Hammer has to stay.
Yeah. Also, the top 3 are probably locked in. I hate Robbie Arnett.
Can't bring Starbucks. What happened?
So we're sponsored by.
Oh, we're not allowed to say them.
Yeah, it's the S word.
Okay.
So,
that's weird.
so we'll bleep that out in post. Even though it's live, we'll bleep that out in post.
I like turtlenecks.
So yeah,
Liam
turtlenecks.
Hemsworth, what did he do?
We're big Miley stands here, and apparently he cheated on her. Which I'm leaning towards Jared Leto because I think he's got some promise. We put him up there just because Morbius. We were thinking about it one day. We're like, that kind of stinks.
Yeah, I think Jared Leto can go.
All right, we'll get rid of Jared Leto, and we will add me guys. I like that. It's good. You know, drop the ego at the door. Whereas we're gonna start having more like not in studio, but like Zoom guests on this show, which I'm excited about. So yeah, we'll make sure they know those rules. But yeah, we're gonna end with bright sides. So basically, this is something you're looking forward to. Whether it's just like the weather's nice out, or you got something fun this weekend. Anything that is keeping the gears turning. Something you're looking forward to. I can go first if you want.
Yeah, go
What
ahead.
do you think? My bright side is I'm going to go see our good friend Brian DeHeer in a play this weekend.
What play is
he's
he
in
in?
a play. I forget what the name of it is, but we're going to go see him on stage. And hopefully he's not watching because I think we're going to kind of surprise him. So hopefully he's not watching. But yeah, I'm very
Is it in Indy?
It's in Indy. Do you want to go?
Yeah, low-key, I kind of want to go.
We'll figure that
Big-
out.
big-
I think we're going to go tomorrow. So
Big Brian to hear stand.
yeah, it's going to be great. What's your bright side, Griffin?
I maybe go into that.
There you go.
No, man. I think, man, I'm gonna make my bright side tomorrow. Don't know what's gonna happen yet, but I think it's important to just look at that. It's gonna be bright. So
Hell yeah. The weather's dope, dude. I love it.
yeah. I guess it's supposed to snow tomorrow.
Well, shut the fuck up.
I heard the S word on the news.
No way.
Yeah.
Maybe I should watch the news more.
Those
Maybe
local-
that's what
those
I'm taking
local
away
news
from this
folks
episode.
aren't usually.
That stinks. Shut up, Eddie. Get out of my chat.
What'd he say?
He just said White sucks. You're 2 weeks behind on the next podcast. Figure it out, Eddie. Figure it out. Didn't want to end on a negative note, but love you guys. Thanks for watching, Griffin. Thanks for coming on, man. It's a pleasure. Anytime you want to come on the bum, you're welcome. Door's always open. Make sure you guys subscribe. We are filming Battleflakes right after this. So the tournament starts March, I believe the 14th is the 13th might be the first episode of the Battleflix tournament. So make sure you subscribe, notifications on so you can tune in for that live. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll see you back in the bum on Monday. See you then. Love you guys. Peace.
Sweet.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for coming on.